Hello and a warm welcome to the opening of the Contrasts exhibition. I'm Ingela Johansson. I'm an artist from Sweden that used to live in Southeast Asia for 7 years. And right now I'm back home in Sweden. But I was not during the spring of 2020. And the paintings that you will see today are from that time. Just before I start, I would like to say that I'm so happy that you have decided to take time out of your busy Sunday to be with me today. And this event will consist of a short talk about the background to the paintings that you will see. Then we will do a tour together in the virtual gallery, and you're going to see a short video where you see some of the inspiration behind the paintings so that I can set up for the live painting that will follow. And at the end, after you've seen the painting and the inspiration, I will invite you on this call to share if you have a reflection or an emotion to one of the paintings that you will see today. So, with that, I would like to get started. So, the spring of 2020, it was a global experience, something that we all shared. We all shared some kind of change or a lot of change during this time. And I hope today that we can come together and share that experience. Being an artist, I used my creativity to try to make sense of everything that was going on. I was in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, in an apartment on the 16th floor with no balcony when the first restriction of movement order came. This first time they were talking about closing down society, a completely new concept for me and I think for many of us. And I was sitting there watching the beautiful view and how the sky was turning blue more quickly. But as I looked down on the street, there was no movement, no cars, no people, no mopeds, no sounds. Almost like being in the countryside of Sweden. But the difference is that in the countryside of Sweden, that is completely natural. Whereas here, it felt airy or as something was off. So there was this wonderful feeling that nature is coming back, the sky is turning blue. So maybe there is a chance that we haven't, that the environment will be saved. And on the other hand, it was this, what's going to happen now? Will everything close down? Will businesses all close down? How many will get sick? Well, so this really big contrast. And I was trying to do my regular practice of meditating, creating, and reflecting that I've done since, 2015, almost every day. But it didn't flow in the same way as it usually does. I spent much more time meditating to get down to this stable place because of where my head space was. And colors wouldn't flow as they usually do. So I wasn't aware of it then, but now as I was creating this speech for you, I kind of realized that I went back using the same method that I had been doing during my childhood when my mother wasn't able to show any emotion or say that she loved me because she was so depressed. She was so depressed that She wasn't sad either. She had no emotion. And that scared me. So to try to understand that this was a disease when I was small, I reached for drawing and writing to make sense of it. Black and white. So for some reason, in Kuala Lumpur, I was doing the same thing. I was reaching for black ink on watercolor paper, black and white, to try to make sense of the emotions that I had during this time. And one thing that I found really interesting is that, when you're in a course for personal development or leadership, they will ask you, what are your core values? And you will write them down and you will think about them. But now, the core values were here. They were with you all times. That is one of the big shifts for me. And they became very, very obvious. You see the painting behind me with the person reaching out to the other person. It was also, I think, that some of us experienced that even though we were not alone, it was really hard to reach the other person. I mean, really reach the other person. That's my interpretation. Yours can be different. And you have Sail Away on the other side of me. And I don't know if you noticed, because my daughter's been helping me prepare for this exhibition, and she said, wow, I didn't see the face. So there's a face in the sail. And that was one of these paintings. It's titled Sail Away, because that's really what you can do when you're creating something. You can, in your mind, sail away to a different place. You can do your own traveling, in a way, in the paintings. So this one's called Sail Away. So that's what I did, because I couldn't walk outside. So I started to walk in my paintings. I started to explore my emotions, my thoughts, how I was feeling about this situation in my paintings. So that's why I hope that they will also inspire you when we come to the reflection part, which will be very interesting because it's the first time we're doing this. So maybe they can also be a part of you trying to make sense of what you were going through during this time.